Welcome to another episode of the Hayes Hustle Podcast. We are back live and in living color, baby. Let's go. So excited. I am back. Hey, by popular request, I am here. I've been going, just voice. We finally got this thing figured out with the camera and getting everything back on track. It was more of a files type of thing and storage and making sure I can store all the information and all the shows and all this type of stuff, and it was just hell. It was hell, back and forth with the company, back and forth with the company. So we can call this Welcome Back Wednesday. Welcome Back Wednesday, baby. So hey, if you miss me, no longer is that a problem. We're back in business, man. We're back in business. I am happy to be here. I hope your midweek is going fantastic. It's all about that midweek check-in. It's all about getting that midweek check-in, and that's what I'm here to do. Make sure you are on track. Make sure you got enough fuel to get through the week. We always say the starting line is Monday. Finish line is Friday, right? When you Wednesday, you're in the middle of the road. So we gotta that's when it's the toughest. I remember that show, that video game Frogger, just trying to get across, how to navigate through life, here, there. You ain't careful, you get your ass squished. You know what I'm saying? So that's what we trying to do, man. Navigate through life. It's Wednesday, it's hump day. You gotta get through the road, you gotta get past, and that's what we doing. Working your ass off, right? That's why they call it hump day in the first place. Hopefully that's why if you're lucky to have a different type of hump day, God bless you. You know what I'm saying? But most hump days is just just kicking your ass. You know what I mean? So you got to make sure you turn that into I'm working my ass off. And then that's how you got a good hump day, working your ass off. You know what I'm saying? That's how we do it. That's how we do it. Big Hayes Hustle Podcast. Let's go. Big Hayes Hustle Podcast. We've been trying out some different logos, some different air fresheners and things like that. So kind of taking a look at some today. Kind of take this out of the thing. Got the headphones and the Hayes Hustle. Don't know what we're gonna do with that. We'll see. Starting to do it, and this just prototype stuff. Just looking at things. Y'all tell me what y'all think about some of this stuff. Just kind of coming up with some stuff. Big merch coming soon, but just kind of coming up with products, trying to see how wording looks, what wording we want, what fonts we want, what size things should be, too big, too small. All those business things. Man, just decisions. And the things about decisions, if you make one and it don't work, then make another one. I used to put so much into, man, you're going to make the wrong decision. You're going to make the right decision. That type of shit, you know what I'm saying? And that type of stuff will hold you up. It'll hold you up. The last thing you want to do is be holding yourself up. We're going to talk about some of this today. We're going to get back into this just in case you missed Monday's show. We're going to talk about some of that today. Sometimes we're holding ourselves up because it ain't perfect. It ain't how you envisioned it. And time is just ticking. When you know where you want to be, what you want to do, the number one thing you got to do is take a step. And then take another fucking step. And then take another fucking step. Like that's really what it is. It ain't about perfecting this shit, getting it all like this and that first and all this type of stuff and then make it happen. That's not the way it goes. Well, it can go like that. A lot of people do, because they got the money, they'll perfect it, or they don't have the time and they just fuck it off. You know what I mean? But some people, they can do it like that because they got the money. So they'll sit around and perfect everything and then hope for God that it don't fail. Instead of jumping into it. And yeah, it might kick your ass a little bit until you learn, you learn everything, learn the ropes all the way. Then it's time to get going. Then it's time to, take that knowledge that you've gained from getting your ass kicked and start kicking some ass. That's how the game really goes. That's how the game really goes. So we're going to talk about that. Not slowing yourself up, not stopping yourself, not causing yourself to be stuck. And we're going to talk about things that we can do not to be stuck mentally. Because if you're stuck mentally, you're definitely stuck physically. Right? So, if you're so we want to really dive into a little bit of that today. What causes that? How the hell can we get out of that? It's Wellness Wednesday, man. It's Wellness Wednesday. Check it in with Coach Will, man. Let's go. Let's go. This is therapy day. Every day is therapy day on here with me. Every day is therapy day for us, baby. But in particular, our wellness, our weight, because sometimes our weight is a direct reflection of how we feel inside, right? Sometimes there's just a lot of clutter inside. I'm not talking about being heavy or weight. I'm just talking about there's clutter inside. And so you only work through that clutter. You just keep on putting that clutter and shit off. And so that sometimes looks like weight gain because or sometimes you're keeping secrets. Sometimes you're harboring shit. Sometimes, you know what I mean? And then that takes on the form of I'm holding things in, I'm holding weight in, I'm gaining. Got to be able to be in a safe space to be able to let that go. To be able to live a genuine life, a present life. A lot of that's caused by, living in the past, living in the future. I've hit on some of that in the past. Not living presently. Wishing I could have yesterday back. Wishing I could get, I think about that sometime when I think back to college, how I wasn't present in college. I was so busy because college was changing the person I was. I was so busy trying to hold on to that person I used to be. And none of my friends were in college. All my friends were still in the street. And so I was in college and I felt like college was trying to change me. And so I look back on that like, oh my God, I can't believe like my dad worked his ass off his whole life just so I could get my ass there and think differently. You know what I mean? So like one day I can be differently. And I didn't really catch it till my college experience was over, what he was trying to do. Or at least late into the process, which I had already got myself into all kind of trouble and all kind of shit had happened, and cousin had got murdered, and I had vowed for revenge, and his shit had just kept going and just kept on accumulating. The next thing you know, so as soon as you start accumulating like that, another cycle begins. Soon as all that shit starts to do right, everything's going great, and then all of a sudden shit starts to snowball, picking up dust, you picking up other shit, picking up problems, and next thing you know, you've created a cycle. Right back into a cycle when the whole point was to get out of the cycle. You know what I mean? So real life, man. We're talking about real life. Real deal life. But the only thing you can really hope to do, man, is as you learn it, you live it. As you live it, you learn it. Some of this stuff, I think that's the best. I think that's life. That's the best part of life. I think everybody, I think sometimes you miss out on life because we are so busy trying to have everything so fucking figured out. When you have everything figured out, you're trying to make everything happen yourself, and you don't need help from nobody else, and you don't leave life any chance to deliver to you, to unveil itself to you, for the universe for God, the universe to show you who you really are, what you came to the universe to be, because you've decided who you are. You got what I'm saying? Like you've never even been introspective to see, wait a minute, I'm naturally, this is, what I, trying to find my purpose. You just, nope, this is what makes money, so I'm going to do this, blah, 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 blah. And next thing you know, even when you got money and you get there and you hear people get money and go, man, money and what it's all about, because they did it wrong. You got what I'm saying? I ain't saying they did it wrong, because I guess what What's your goal? If you're just trying to make money, you didn't do it wrong. But if you get all the way up there and say, fuck, I'm so unhappy, then if your goal was happiness, you did it wrong. Right? Because you should have based it off purpose and then start building off purpose. That's how that goes. So some people, they build it off of, profit. And you're not building off of purpose, and you're just worrying about getting to the top. Let me get one, let me get two, let me get three, and you're waiting on it to feel good. You waiting on it to feel great, and it don't feel great. It don't feel good, and it just feels empty. Even though you got the money and you can't figure it out, that causes depression. That causes anxiety because wait a minute, this is not it. Now I'm a big wig CEO starting to indulge in bullshit I shouldn't do because I'm looking to get happy. I'm looking for a high. I'm looking for it. You got what I'm saying? Instead of having purpose and understanding that. So things that we have to understand. And, sometimes I used to judge. I remember I used to judge myself off of how much money I had. And I would see other people. And I remember talking to a couple of my clients who I knew they had a lot more money than me. I don't know if they were rich or whatever you consider rich or wealthy. But I remember talking to them like, bro, you got to figure it out. He like, me? I got to figure it out? No. You got to figure it out. And I was like, who, me? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was like, hold on, bro. You got like 3-4 Mercedes Benzes. You got, because I'm judging off of money. I figure you gotta be happy. You got 3-4 Mercedes Benzes. You got, I think, dude, work for Mercedes Benz, like, you know what I'm saying, or some big wig there or something, up on the ladder, just from the outside in, his life looked beautiful, beautiful wife, beautiful kids, everything. Like, he's like, yo, your house, everything is just great. And that motherfucker told me, you, my friend, are living the life. And I don't know what the fuck he was looking at. I was kind of like, dude, I'm working my ass off. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and believe me, I do believe I'm blessed. I'm working through my gift. I guess people can see happiness from the outside. So, a lot of people really ain't happy. So when they see real happiness, it's envious, you know what I mean? It really is, you know what I mean? But from my point of view, I thought this son of a gun was pretty happy, you know what I mean? And he told me, man, I think you're judging success wrong. He said, I think you're judging success wrong. I think you are very successful. I think you are one of the most successful people I know. And this dude is a big wig. So I'm thinking like, what are you judging success on? You know what I mean? But he was kind of like, bro, you found, you're not a slave to nobody. You found what you love to do. You do it every day. You live with a purpose. You even start naming off all this shit that's like, you winning. I just got money. You got all this A, B, C, D, E, F, G. And he was like, you look at the scale, man. You winning. You think this is money. You got all this shit. You know what I'm saying? People respect you. You're doing this. You're smiling. You're happy. And so I didn't, I had to, that really put it in perspective for me a little bit. Let me get this away from my mouth so much. Really put it in perspective for me of, my perception of happiness and what happiness really is, what happiness really is. I think it really start to weigh on me now that I need to start being happy with what I'm living right now because, you can get more money than this, but it ain't gonna get better than this. Not as in, I got my babies, I got my kids, we all like building together and, the whole journey's been fantastic and, you know what I mean? We don't even know what the end destination is. It just keeps on getting better every day. You know what I'm saying? Like, and this ebbs and flows and we had a tree fall in our house and you know what I mean? But, we'll have firewood forever. So I love firewood. You know what I'm saying? So there's always a positive, in the equation. There's always a positive in the equation. It's never just like negative. Every time there's a negative, there's always a positive. Every time I God tests me, you know what I mean? He usually bless me on everything like that. That's usually the way it is. That's usually the way my life has been. And I got nothing but God to thank for it. Nothing but God to thank for it. So if you out there and understand, if you don't know it, focus on learning it. As you learn it, you live it. As you live it, you learn it. You know what I mean? So focus on learning it. Focus on experiencing it. Focus on going through it. Don't focus on being perfect. Focus on the grind. Right? And most of all, use this thing with this grind. They had everybody talking about, let me tell you what, it drive you crazy. It drive you crazy. Drive you crazy is you work your ass off. If you can work your ass off, bro, and just not get anywhere and just feel like I work twice. I grew up in an era where it was, and still now, I still believe it. I tell my clients this is, you got to work twice as hard, but that twice as hard ain't just always, grind. Some of that shit is really working smart. That don't mean, you might still keeping up a lot of hours doing some shit, but you might not be, blood on your knuckles and drag, you know what I'm saying? Like, not that type of thing. Maybe it don't seem like you're working that hard, but maybe you're planning some shit for an hour or so. Then maybe you're recording for an hour or two a day. Maybe you got a couple clients. I gotta do a couple. Then maybe you're working on some other stuff to launch some other shit. Like, right. Then you got some parenting duties. You got husband duties. Like that. That's working hard, bro. That's working your ass off. That's what it's all about. As you learn it, you live it though. You gotta, it's not just about working hard. Cause that's not gonna get you. That can frustrate the shit out of you just by working your ass off so hard. I seen a little video the other day of a Burger King worker that had never been late before. 27 years, cuz 27 years. And they gave the man a bag. Man, the bag probably was a little bit bigger than these little plastic bags right here. And it had like a pen and a fucking Snickers bar and a couple of rubber bands, a name tag, like a gold name tag, like some free soda slips. You know what I'm saying? Like 27 years of dedication of never being late. This is what they give you is for your award. This is how they reward you for never being late. What? This Burger King. So working hard don't always pay off. I'm sure maybe he didn't even say he was a manager. You know what I'm saying? Like, he didn't even say he was a manager. It's 27 years. I'm sure hopefully he a manager, but they should have, by 27 years, you should own one of them motherfuckers. Like, for real? If you ain't found out a way to own one of them motherfuckers, then maybe you deserve to work at Burger King. I mean, I don't want to talk bad about this a brother. I don't want to talk bad about the brother. I actually hope he gets hired to work somewhere, because anybody that can show up for 27 years and not be late, and he a brother, yeah, I'm saluting that man, right? I have a gym at my house. I'm late at my own house. On God, I'm late on my own house. I don't even understand. My son is always saying shit like, "Dad, you need to get out of here and be on time." Like that. Literally, it is a 10-second walk from my back porch to our gym, and I'm fucking 10 minutes late to get there. So can you imagine if I had a facility off my property? You know what I'm saying? I don't even, that's not even my goal anymore. I don't even want a facility outside of my property, because I just put more pressure on myself. I just want to be able to do, I work smart. Bring the fucking facility to your house and just work on being on time here, instead of worrying about leaving here on time, getting to some facility on time, when I know me being on time is not a strength of mine. So why would I build a business that I got to go travel a far way to get there? Or here's the other thing. I remember learning this when I owned the facility at Redline. I don't want to be the first one there. If I own the joint and I'm paying some employees, you're going to do what I don't want to do. You got what I'm saying? You're gonna do what I don't want to do, and that would definitely be coming in early. You know what I'm saying? That would definitely be coming in early. So you gotta work smarter, not harder. That's real talk. That's real talk. You gotta as I live it, I learn it. You know what I mean? At first, I used to have to I'll do everything, But you start hiring people, and wait a minute, you gonna give them the easy shit to do? Now, still, even if you own it, you have to come back behind everybody and make sure shit's done right, and so it ain't like you get to work that much less. But it's smarter. Like I think I had you do all the lifting. I'm gonna come and see if you did the lifting right. That's your job. You know what I mean? My job is to make sure you did it right. You know what I'm saying? I'm giving myself a different job, working smarter. Working smarter. Okay. So if you're one of those people out there in 2024 to say, man, I'm double OT, I'm blah, 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 just make sure it's gonna get you where your goals are. You know what I mean? Like make sure you get to what your goals are. Sometimes working OT won't do the trick. Maybe working the regular 8 hours or how many hours you work a day, and then going to get that side hustle popping that can eventually pay you as much or even more than what your regular job is popping. Fuck the OT and just getting a couple extra hundred. I now have an extra stream of income that I also own. Right? This one over here pays me great, but I'm never going to own it. If you have a job, I'm never going to own it. But then I developed this other little side hustle over here off of something I love, or something that even works off of something that I work and I understand this at work. Oh shit, I'm gonna start me one of these. Start something that works off of that shit because you understand the industry, and next thing you know, you got two streams of income, and you can decide whether blow this one up and decide whether you want to just keep two and ball out, or you want to get rid of one of them and focus. That's bro. Working smart. It's the new thing, man. Working smart. Working hard is the old thing. I don't want to get it. I want nobody like, man, you talking about not working hard. You got to work hard still. But all of it's hard because you hear people saying mental is the toughest shit. Mental. So showing up is the toughest shit. Not really doing the work. If I'm already there, I'm going to do the work. Fuck it, let's go. But just getting there, just getting out of your house, just getting out of your feelings, just get right, like, getting out of your comfort zone, that's the hard shit. That's the hard shit, right? I'm challenging your wellness this Wednesday. Giving you some different ways to think about things, different antidotes. Okay, so it's not woe is me, not into your feelings, not, every day is a fucking gloomy Eeyore day. Get out of that shit. It's time to rock and it's time to bounce, man. Okay, let's go. Okay, because if you're not living it, it's impossible for you to learn it. If you're living in your fucking head and you're not getting shit done, you're not taking chances, you're not living, you definitely ain't gonna learn. And if you stop learning, you stuck. This has been our theme of the week, being stuck. And we talked about on Monday, just to recap a little bit, if you're stuck, you're most likely dependent on somebody else, and somebody else have not come through yet. You waiting on a fucking hookup, or such and such is going do this for me, or going to take me over here, so I ain't got a ride yet. I don't know the answer to that. I don't got the money. So now you stuck because I need somebody to help me. I need somebody to rescue me. I need somebody to, sometimes, especially with your own fucking goals, sometimes nobody's showing up. Not even the people in your house. They don't really believe it until you start doing some fucking traction. They got their own beliefs. They got their own dreams, their own bills. Why should I start putting some money towards you, some belief towards you? I got limited space up here. Limited space right here for, getting involved, too over involved in your projects if they not going to work. Especially one of these niggas who got a million ideas and a million projects that they ain't never worked. Why should somebody continue putting that type of emotional investment into you, financial investment into you, if they got no ROI, return on investment, right? So until you start showing And so people can have confidence in you that they're going to get a return on their investment. You should just plan on getting that shit done yourself. And that's going to take working hard and smart. A nice balance of physical putting into some work, staying up late, getting up fucking early, that type of shit. And also some let me talk to the right person. Let me work with the right client. Let me post this shit strategically. Let me, make strategic moves, not just strong, not just strong moves, but strategic moves. Very important to grow, whether it's a partnership, whether it's taking an investment, whether it's grants and loans, whether it's fundraisers and, you got to make the right moves. But a lot of us get stuck because we're waiting on the assistance of others. How do you get around that? Because that can sit and make you analyze all day. You're paralyzed because you're just sitting there analyzing. Right? You know what I mean? Like, so what can you do to turn the tide on that? And this is some of the stuff we talked about on Monday was turn the tide on that means creating your own wave. If the shit is still and I need to get to shore, I'm trying to get over there. Right? So first the wave has pushed me, all of a sudden it just, nothing's there. There's this calm and I ain't getting there. Ain't nothing gonna push me over there. Ain't nothing gonna drag me over there. I gotta get my ass over there. I gotta create a wave. That wave comes in swimming. Create waves, right? Create a current. Create a way to get yourself over there. Create that. You have to create that sometime. You have to propel yourself. You have to motivate yourself. Sometimes you have to say, I refuse to be depressed. I refuse to be depressed. Not happening. Right? Like, man, today's the last day of that shit. Right? We talked about this on the podcast. FTS. Fuck that shit. Not today. I'm done with that shit. I'm about to flip it now. Oh, okay. They believe that? Oh, it's go time. Fuck that. Oh, they don't think I'm worthy of a scholarship? Oh, okay. Oh, they didn't come and talk to me? Chip on my shoulder. Not, oh man, fuck. They want him. They don't want me. No, they just want him. Now I'm in my feelings. How is that going to do it? How is that going to get anything done? Right? So I'm just telling you, from a person who's been on both sides of that thing and understand, like, I really got to the point where I was waiting on shit to happen because a couple things had happened great for me. And I thought, oh, this is how it happens. If I just keep on doing great stuff, people will keep on doing. And then guess what? People stop doing great shit for you. They start saying like, oh, whether I wasn't doing enough with it or I was doing too much with what they was doing, people stop doing so much or trying to go out their way to do anything. There was no, okay, I was stuck. So I really had to get look inside myself and go, how am I gonna get there? What am I gonna do? What can I create? What can I do? I don't got this money. I don't got that. I don't have the riches. I'm not a former NFL person. I don't have former NFL people sponsoring me or current NFL people sponsoring me. I don't have NBA players sponsoring me. I don't have the Nike or the NFL to back me. I don't have any of that type of stuff, so what can I do? And it was just about, more about me. Okay, let me lock in because I got somebody bigger than all that. If I'm doing all this for God, me and God, this is a pact between me and you. I gotta look within. I can't look externally. I gotta look internally. I gotta look at what God wants me to do in the game plan, because He the only one know how to blow me up to where I need to be. That I don't need all these other outside influences to touch people and pause. To make an impact on the community the way I want to and on people the way I want to. Straight up. Welcome back Wednesday. Wellness Wednesday with Coach Hayes. Yes, indeed. We're just going through it today, man, making sure we get that mid-week check-in. Mindset is everything. Theme of the week, not being stuck. Not being stuck. And if you find yourself getting stuck, because it's easy to say don't get stuck, but what do you do when you get stuck? That's what we have to focus on. Because it's easy to say don't get stuck, don't get stuck, don't get stuck. But then when you get stuck, it's like, fuck, I shouldn't have got stuck. Okay, but you can't focus on that. We got to focus on the remedy. We got to focus on problem solving. And that's the other thing is anytime you get in a rut, instead of being mad, instead of being frustrated, it's all about problem solving. So again, how do we get out of the situation? How do we create momentum when there's no momentum? You have to literally start thinking positive. You have to change the way you are thinking. It's literally the way you are thinking. You might need to change the music that you are listening to. Listen, my 16-year-old son, you know how 16-year-olds listen to rap music. They love rap music. They love that shit. That is what they listen to. And then you start listening to all these people say, man, they rappers are saying they get paid to say fucked up lyrics to send so our kids will go to jail and listen to that shit and be influenced. My son comes to me last year and say, Dad, I don't even like really listening to rap music because it makes me really angry. Now, I don't mind listening to it before a football game because I got to get a little angry. But in real life, I don't even like listening to it. Because he didn't get raised in the street. I'm raised in the street. I vibe off of it, right? Every time I hear it, it's like, hey, it reminds me where I came from, where I made it through. But that nigga ain't lived no life like that. He's lived a charmed life. So he's really in touch with his feelings enough to know like that make me feel different when I listen to it. And I applaud him of that because I'm like, wait a minute, man, what you talking about? It's rap music, man, you know? I'm like, man, he better listen to, he like fishing. He like, he like it, love his girlfriend. You know what I'm saying? He love football, love Friday nights. You know what I'm saying? He ain't he don't love the street and all that bullshit. So he don't want to listen to that shit. Your environment. Sometimes you have to change what you're listening to get what you want. Sometimes we so busy listening to bullshit on Instagram and Twitter or X or whatever the fuck that stuff is, and Snapchat, and that there's actually some stuff that can teach you some shit on there that can have you in a positive frame of mind, but that's usually not the stuff we're consuming. Real talk. Consume the stuff that can help you overcome, that can help you build, that helps build your mindset, that's trying to be that new you instead of you being on there comparing and doing your business to their business, or that your girl to their girl, or your life to their life. That's where the bullshit is. That's where the bullshit is, bro. We cannot have that shit. That is the fastest way to become depressed, along with living in the past, along with anticipating the future too much and just fucking living presently. Comparison shit is horrible. It's another way to get you stuck. Take your eye off the prize. You are the prize. How do you stop getting stuck? You create fucking momentum. How do you get in real life? If I'm standing still, how do I create momentum? I move 1 foot at a time. I create some kind of motion. I move my fucking arms around. I create some motion. Right? I want somebody to discover me. I'm stuck on the island. What I'm gonna do? Stay still? Somebody come, they tell you, burn something, SOS. Hey, create some motion. Scream up and down. A bear finna attack your ass. They tell you to move around, be big. Right? Not be small, like, you know what I mean? Like that's what it's all about. You get stuck, you have to create momentum. You have to stop waiting on others. You have to attack that shit every day. If you fall off, because ain't shit perfect. This shit gonna happen, man. You're gonna have deaths in the family. These people gonna get ill. You're gonna lose jobs. Shit, cause God's gonna shake you up and make sure you're really worthy of this thing. And when that happens, get hit in the mouth and get the fuck back up and get right back after it. And that's why it's so important to be anchored to a purpose. Because it's so easy to get knocked off your horse and stay off your horse if you don't got a destination of where you're going, right? If you just fucking riding a horse for nothing and somebody come knock you off that bitch, it's easy to be like, oh, I'm going to the house, I'm hurt. You know what I'm saying? I think when I was a little kid, if somebody come knock you off your bike or something, get the fuck out of here. And you just knock you off your bike because you just riding around the block, then that ain't shit. But if I'm trying to get home, right? I'm here and I gotta get my ass home. I got a destination. Shit, good luck. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting home. Not only after you knock me off my bike, I'm getting back on that motherfucker. I'm getting back to where I'm going. That's what it's all about. Having a destination. Right? You ain't got a destination. It's easy to get off track. Oh fuck, man, he hit me. I'm and you can be sad and shit. But if you got a fucking destination, even if you get knocked off your bike, even if you get knocked off the track, even if you get knocked down, you get the fuck back up because I got to get to the crib. No, I got to go over here. I got to go get this bag. I got to go because I got a destination. When I got a destination, I got a why. No, I'm not stopping. No, yeah, that's hard, but I got to get over here. Yeah, I hear what you're saying, but I got to go. I see you a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I got to take care of some business. You know what I'm saying? Like that's real talk. Real talk. Okay, so make sure that you're living in line. Okay, with your dreams, with your hopes, with your goals. Be living in line with them. Okay, and don't wait on other people. Pray to God, meditate to God, and then do the work. He'll open up the doors. He'll slam the doors shut that he don't want you to go a certain place. He'll just slam that door shut. So you trying to open up something that don't work. Instead of getting frustrated, understand God don't want you to go that way. Try your ass off again and again and again. And once you decide like, oh, okay, that's causing me more stress than good. That's not what God wants. Go the other way. That's just him telling you that's the wrong way. I'm telling you, stop using all that effort that way. Come over here. This is the way to go, right? So make sure you're aware of which way to go. Make sure you know who you are. Make sure you are aware. Make sure you're spending time doing that hard work, that real work. This is Wellness Wednesday. We talking about real shit, not just, not just fluff. It's easy to talk about just bullshit fluff, but really talking about what causes us to be stuck, what causes depression and anxiety, and then being able to give you some real antidotes and some real answers on how to work your way out of there. I'm just telling you from a real perspective because I've been through it myself. I experienced so much death, so much change, so much hurt, so much, getting my ass knocked down. But I now understand that the God, I now understand, because I couldn't be here helping anybody if none of that shit wouldn't happen. How can God use me as a testimony? How can he work through me? So I'm here for you because I went through that. So some of the bad stuff you go through, don't be worried, woe is me syndrome. Some of that shit is necessary for your journey. Just understand that. But the test will come, and the test will come when you are stuck. And we are not supposed to live our life timid. We are not supposed to live our life scared. You are supposed to live your life going for it. Going for what? Going for what's up here already. What we are pre-programmed to do. What you are supposed to do. Once you find that out, you got to convince yourself and you got to go. Because sometimes we convince ourselves with looking at shit. And I remember, I seen the D-Boys when I was a kid. I used to be an athlete. I seen the D-Boys on our block. Me and my boy Bo. We seen these cats on our block come up from California. Faux Trey Crip niggas. These came up, gold chains, low riders, loud music, doom, 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 tattoos, blue flags. We was like, yo, this is what's up. Like, you know what I'm saying? You lost. I was lost. my sense of self was lost because I was like, fuck who I want to be. Fuck who I am. I want to be these niggas now. I want to be like these cats. Oh, that shit is cool. I want to be like that. Then one of my cousins became a Crip, and I was like, oh my God, this is really happened. This is gonna be great, right? I'm just a kid. We kind of growing up in it, and I'm losing my sense of self. My father, raised me to be a certain type of nigga, a certain type of person, a leader, a father to all. You know what I mean? But we also have a side of us that could go either way. Damn dogs out there. Got a side that can go either way. We got, like a whole lot of brothers out there that we got a side that can go bad in a hurry. So I got that side of my family too. And so next thing you know, you going down the wrong way. Every family got a pitchfork, and so you can go down the middle, down the right or the left. And so that's what actually happens. Okay, as we learn it, we live it, baby. As we learn it, we live it. Not being stuck is a key. And once you get stuck, knowing how to get yourself out of it. It's like being in, being stuck in bad weather. We just had a big old ice storm, and if if my son got stuck in the bad weather, couldn't get his ass home because he didn't know how to navigate through the ice. If you ain't got no experience, you ain't gonna know how to get out of it. Once you get stuck, having experience to understand how to get out of those tricky, dark days, how to know how to get out of jams, how to know how to get out of your own headspace is important. That's key because it'll continue to happen until you figure it out. That thing will continue to happen until you figure it out. You'll find yourself like, fuck, this happening again. Or, oh man, every time I mess with a girl, every time I have a date, or every time, right, you'll start, no. It'll keep on happening because it's giving you an opportunity to fix it. It's giving you an opportunity to correct it. So once you correct it, it doesn't come back again. But if you continue to mismanage the situation and the opportunity to fix it, it will continue to come back and just give you problems. Just remember that. When we're avoiding problems, when we're putting things off, that's not the way to do it. Don't put things off. I do it all the time, so I'm talking to myself too. Oh my God. So, hey, I'm happy to be back on the camera today. Thank you so much for joining me. If you like today's episode, please like, please share, please comment. Most of all, subscribe. And please spread the word about the Big Hayes Hustle podcast show. We're here. I'm coming. I'm live. I'm active every day. I'm active every day on this podcast now. We're back with live episodes. Watch out for the clips. We're coming. This one will be uploaded today. So I'm just excited to be back working, baby. Excited to be back working on the visual and on the audio side of things. So let's get ready to rock and roll 2024, baby. The face of the podcast industry for the future is coming. I'm coming for him. I'm coming. Coach Hayes is here. You know what I'm saying? Have a fantastic Wednesday. Tap in tomorrow on Throwback Thursday. A little therapy Thursday as we go back in time. I rewind the time and we go back and I give you some action from way back so I can let you know about Coach Hayes' past. Okay, that's the big thing is you understanding what stories, what experiences that I've been through that make me talk, that make me walk, that make me how I am. And so I'm gonna give every Thursday's opportunity to go, oh my God, this is why this guy's like that. This guy, you know what I mean? This guy, you know what I mean? For everything from my life, my family, and to hustling, to sports, to training, to business, to fatherhood, husband, everything I do, man, I'm very transparent. And if I can help somebody by one of these stories than stuff that I go through, then I'm using my life for the right reason. So join me tomorrow. But until then, have a fantastic night. And thank you for joining me on the Hayes Hustle Podcast Show. Peace. And I'm out. Yo.